So now we have the ID available, and what we want to do is we don't want the ID to be console logged. We want to use it for actually getting our customer service and getting our customers. So inside this guy now, what I'll do is I'll say customer service, I'll say this dot customer service dot get by ID, right? And all the get by ID needs is pretty much just an ID. And then we have a problem here because the ID is actually returned as a string, not a number. Now, I showed you that you can just do a multiplication, but you can actually also just do a plus right here. That's actually the way that Angular encourages you to do it. Just to kind of convert this guy from a string into a number, well, just do a plus and you're done. You don't have to do ×1 like I showed you earlier. You can just do a plus right here. That's a very easy way to convert it, right? Sweet. So when we actually get the guy by the ID, you know what to do, right? We need to, again, subscribe. Now notice what's going on here. We're actually starting to have what I would call callback hell, because we're actually starting to have a subscription inside a subscription. We'll fix that later on. But right now, when we're done here, we should get back a customer, right? Now that customer, we can now set him as this.customer. That's all we had to do. Equals customer. So there we go. Now we should actually be done grabbing this guy and actually putting him inside the service. So step 1, go and grab all the parameters. When the parameters are ready, go and grab the ID from that parameter list. When that is ready, go and send a message to the customer service that we want to get an observable that's ready to get the customer by the ID. And as soon as we call subscribe, send that customer to the local customer right here in our Angular application. So now it should actually show the customer. Let's have a look. And there we go. We have the customer right here. Object, that's the customer. You just trust me. How do we actually show it in something that's more readable? Because this sucks. We're going to use a pipe. So I'm going to show you how to use a pipe now. And luckily it sounds a lot harder than it is. A pipe is pretty much just that you add this or sign right here after what you want to present, right? And then you can add a pipe here saying something. And in our case, we're going to use the JSON pipe. And what it's going to do is going to take this data and convert it into JSON in our case. There's a lot of other pipes and we'll use them later, but just notice when we talk about pipes in Angular, we see a sign like this, the OR sign, right? Just a single one. And then after that, we'll do something with the data. And right now we want to convert all the data into something looking like JSON. There we go. Now we actually have the customer of ID2 shown as JSON. It's Ole Eriksson. Let's try and get customer 1. There we go. Now we have Lars shown. We're actually getting the data from the REST API each time we click, and I can prove that to you. If I go in here, you'll see there's a request each time. Let me just clear it down here, go to page 2, and there's a request for the backend right here. And there we go. It says go to localhost 2, but actually if we scroll down, you'll see down here that it's actually calling my localhost. Right here, actually grab the data. There we go. We're up and running. Next lesson, I'll just show you the switch map to make this statement we have right here a bit simpler to read.